All right. So I read another chapter in the Book of Wisdom, right? In the Apocrypha again, right? So in this one, it's talking about the seed of the righteous and the damned, right? And this could be where they get the idea Jesus was celibate from, right? Though I don't know for sure, right? But, because it also talks to 7 women been taken hold of one man and bearing their reproach. Well, the reproach was childbearing and have a child with these 7 women, right? Maybe. I know. But anyway, so it talks about it's better to be childless with virtue, right? I know. But again, right, the truth is, right, that's denying God made us male and female from the beginning. So the prophets sometimes seem to go off on a tangent, right? And they don't still understand the male and femaleness, right, from the beginning is what it was all about anyway, God made Adam and Eve, right? From 1 into 2, right? Now, if you're alone, all one, right? And that word needs to be researched in Hebrew a little bit too, probably, right? But if you're alone, whatever that means, right? And she's taken bodily from you, right? That wouldn't change the first image. I know. Right. See, you're looking at the story a little too metaphorically, I think. Anyway. To understand what Moses is saying, if he's trying to clue you into something, right? Now, another thing it talks about is wind on the ungodly and unjust, and how their seed will not prosper, even if they live to an old age, right? Things like that again, right? Though, like I said, that still sounds like more judgmental, mental, and yes, than again, right? What Jesus is talking about to forgive to be forgiven, right? Still sounds like more condemnation from Satan than what the true angels are saying, right? Now, but it talks about the wind, right, blowing on them, even violently, like maybe a tornado or something, right? But then again, if you read that, do tornadoes mean people are judging too much and Satan is judging them for judging too much and sending a tornado to punish them? I don't know. There again, right? So I put tornado as a part of that. Now, it does warn them, though, your lawless deeds will convict you to your face, right? And that's the point, too. Right. Now, my job is to do the best I can do. Not for you, not for the boy my ex-wife said was my son, anyway. And now he's saying he thinks he's not, right? So what can I do about that anyway? But say, okay, you say so, right? Or I don't know if he's lying or not, or telling the truth or not, or if Daphne took him to get the DNA test or not. Though they're supposed to have set that up, the Georgia and Arkansas boards, right? Of the SSI, right? And I did at least my swab, right? That's all I can say, right? But again, this ain't normal male and female interaction anyway from her, right? Which, like I said, right, I haven't seen her since when? The divorce. The divorce that I left Virginia, right? Actually, in '95 was the last time I saw her, right? While dating Mary Bell, by the way. And like I said, I don't know, right? See, if you're with someone before me, that don't mean I couldn't have got you pregnant. It just means I never had a shot at it, right? If you're already pregnant, silly. anyway. And what does that have to do with anything? That don't have to do with the price of tea in China. That don't have to do with me or you, right? Whether you told me the truth about your past or not either, that means you knew you were with another male, and I knew you weren't no virgin, but there again, right? If there's no trust in the relationship, is that, again, part of your plan? You knew it wouldn't last more than 6 months, right? You made sure you can find a way that would scare me away from you. Yeah. And what you did worked, so what's the problem? I mean, you got all you want. You got your daughter, you got your son, you got a scapegoat to marry, if you will. And again, there you are. And if you don't feel bad about it, that's fine. And move on. All I'm trying to do anyway is move on from you. Legally marrying me without a child being mine no more makes you my wife than Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus not having a child either. Right? You see what I mean? Right. So married people, right? So they stay together, you know, in the story. Right. As part of the story. You're what, Santa Claus or something, right? And Mrs. Claus. Part of their story is they couldn't have kids in the first place. You know, so they kind of adopted the world's kids or something. You know, right? Even in the Bible it says there is a barren woman sometimes than a wife as well. Mm-hmm. So that's again the prophets, right? Doing whatever judgmental thing they're doing at the time. Right. So if you're listening to two sides of an argument, right, you're still caught in the middle of that said argument between God and Satan anyway. Mm-hmm. Kind of what I mean, right? Now, the thing is, though, we don't even know what map or time or how long we've been here, right? We're being shown we don't know the half of it, right? Or even a third of it. But we don't want to accept that either. We're stubborn still. Which, again, is another problem, right, about all this, right? But it still goes into it being their seed again, right? Like Jesus said, the wheat and the tares. Even tares have a seed to produce another tare. But they're both pulled up, but one's cast into the fire and one is used of God, right? You know what I mean, right? And still used of God, right? Though nobody's perfect, you know, keep going back to that too, right? We're still to forgive, to be forgiven, and right, if you condemn, you're condemned, right? The message hasn't changed, but the people hearing the message has changed, right? By the time of Emperor Constantine, he didn't want to have nothing to do with the Gnostic Gospels, right? That's saying all kind of crazy stuff to him. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I know. But there again, he's a male emperor. Who ever heard of a hermaphroditic god, right? In Roman society? No. No. Maybe Greek. They got hermaphroditus. He's half male, half female too, right? But not Roman. Not Roman at all. Nope. They don't even have... Now, he's supposed to be the son of Hermes and Aphrodite, right? And they had a child too, right? According to mythology, right? And he was a very beautiful boy. But a little narcissistic too, right? You'd always look at his reflection. And well, in the story, one day a nymph saw him and fell so completely in love she wanted to mate with him, of course, right? But the mating turned into a rejoining of the female with the male, as is the opposite of what God did with Eve and Adam, right? So that's kind of how I can see that, right? And yet you can't. Yeah, you can't. But it's not me condemning you. It's still you and Satan condemning you by condemning others, right? Whole point to it all. But what can I do about it? Say you told me so? You acted like Jonathan was never my son anyway, though you got child support through my disability. Congratulations. The government, like it's paying me, paid you. As if it's paying you now, it paid you too. No, right? It don't matter our disabilities if there are more service connected afterwards, and you can't work either, right? They had to remove the tumor, even if it was existed prior to entry, right? It still, right, was not fully manifested until you were in the Navy, and after that, right, you couldn't work anymore. But whatever. Now, I've always tried to talk to you like we're both human beings here, right? And I told you everything up front, right? Which is all you can do, right? Now, you seem to accept the story, and again, right? Whether you believed it or not, right? Ain't my issue either, right? But what can I do once we've went through the process of getting married, right? That's just basically the end of it if you're Daphne, right? And again, the only way you can know is if I brought her back into there to you after, if you were asleep. Or were you awake? Again, that's another question they're going to ask you, Miss Walker. Did you let your child go in there willingly with him, or were you asleep and she snuck out? Right? So you can't just put me on trial. Act like you know everything. No. When you're biased towards me. That's kind of the whole point, right? To begin with, right? You were already planning a way to show me you didn't want to be with me, but for the 6 months too, right? Not only did the guy hit at it who knew you, from work, I guess, right? But when it was up, that's when you showed your butt. A little bit before that too, with the incident in the bedroom. Right. But like I told you, right, even then, you're the one trying to bait me to do something wrong. Not, but I didn't do the wrong you wanted me to do, right? That's your problem too, right? You're still trying to make my personality like other men's personality, but I was never like other men. Right? But when I did hit the girl, I seen how easy it was to give someone a black eye, so I don't do that. But that time I started with her in karate. Now Stacy was someone who could handle herself, even with other guys, right? But Donna took it for granted, right? I guess, right? And I threw a jab and punched her in the eye, right? And she got a black eye, right? Now I know she wasn't happy about it. I know I didn't do it on purpose, right? But it's like she froze, like I told you anyway, right? And it hurt. I hit her, right? But it's not something. If you're sparring with someone, you can't not expect either, right? What are you taking the credit for? Mm-hmm. So you, of course, apologize immediately, right? When you do that, and I don't try to do that to women either. That's why they can beat me up before I'll beat them up, but right. Whether they can get sex or not, but that's part of it too. I'm supposed to be the stronger vessel than the female, according to the Apostle Peter, anyway, right? In, physicality of everything, right? But in some ways, the woman's strength is more internal, because she can carry a child, and, man never could, right? Or can, right? Even those wanting to be a woman. Unless they can have a baby, they're just wishing. Sorry, but yeah. That's one thing a transgender person can never do is have a baby. Right? No matter how much they want to be like a woman. That's the problem too. Ain't that obvious? Ain't that obvious? But again, you still want to be a woman? Go to a surgeon, change your body, you look like a woman. No one can stop you either. Right? That's what I'm trying to tell them to do. I'll forgive them. And they go and do something. And you can't stop them. Just let them do it. Just let them do it. All you can do is warn them, hey, that's not a good idea. You're changing yourself from male into a unit almost, right? So a female still can have a baby even with her sex change. She still has her what? Ovaries and right. Even she cuts off her boobs, right? Like Chaz. Mm-hmm. If her vagina still works, she can still have a baby. Right? That's really what you're doing. I know. She's a she trying to be a he. Right. Okay. I accept her choice. Right. All I can do about it. Right. But not condemn her. Or that's what you want to identify as. That's what I call her. Or him now. Right. Well, I'm used to what? Her being chastity. Right. Right. How long was she chastity? Right. To begin with. Until recently, right? Then the last, what? So many years ago, right? She came out with that announcement, right? Now, is it strange? Yeah. But what can you do about it? Love her anyway. Love her anyway. Not that you know her, that you're trying to screw her, not that you're trying to do anything with her. Right? Yourself, you're just talking about things you've done yourself. Right? I know. See, that's the truth, Christians. You're missing them. You went once up until Constantine to being Christ like. Now you're tyrannical like Emperor Constantine. Would be. Exactly. Now getting back to hermaphroditus though, Venus and Mercury are the equivalent to those hermaphroditus, right? Right? So what would its name be in Roman mythology? Well, Merc and us. Right? I guess. See, her math, it's from Hermes, and Afro, or hermaphrodite, you hear it? You hear it. Again, right? Sound like almost her, not her me, but her math, no af, right? But math, MAF. Like, Murdus, let's say, would be the Roman equivalent to Hermaphroditus, right? That was something. That's when I learned about it when I was around Daphne anyway, going to the hospital, right? So we met. By February. I ain't forgot nothing about that, but again, right? And the story ain't gonna change. Like I said, but I recognize you still if you come to the door. Now, I don't even know what Amanda looks like today, right? I ain't seen her since 4. Mm-hmm. And I damn sure by staying here ain't going after her still either. So what's your obsession with all this, right? See, if you did something wrong, that's your guilt. Mm-hmm. If I did something wrong and I felt I did, that was my guilt, right? But if I didn't do nothing wrong because I figured you were setting me up that way too, dummy, and ask my mom. Does she believe you? No, no. She knows me well enough that I'm not that dumb anymore. Only Mark taught me into doing something dumb once. I still like trying to see what I would do with her. Yes, yes. Whether you were awake or not, I know. And you saw what I did with her, brought her back to you. But like this. I guess this is Los Angeles or somebody, right? Probably. I just saw it, right? And, right. Mm-hmm. It just came on. Looks like he's fighting the devil again. He's fighting the devil again. A basketball game. Damn. But I heard he was coming up with something else. I don't know. But what can you do about it? Pray for not sex if you're a Christian, right? And forgiving, right? What Jesus would do. Now he's on the cross. See. If he knows about Jesus, so. But that don't mean whatever he's going through psychologically in his head, right, that Jesus ain't covering him. Right. You understand what he does when you sin or don't sin, right? If while we're sinning, Christ died for our sins, right? Whether we repent or not, right? Now, sex here is in the same boat as a believer, or even if he's confused about it, a partial believer, right? Now, let's say he's cold, then, but not hot for Jesus, right? He is better off to be cold than lukewarm, or if he were hot, he would be better to maybe be hot. There again. Didn't Jesus say that too? I would that you were cold or hot towards me, right? But you're lukewarm. So again, right? Yep. I can't tell. Oh, it's J0 or something else. I know. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. It's written by Little Nas X. That was easy. There's Jennifer. Her new one. There you go. Lovely dress. Yeah. I didn't know what's going on. I know. But like I keep telling you, you can't act like you know something more about something yourself. That's called setting someone up, right? Or trying to. That is entrapment, by the way. That's how it works, right? The police can't even do that to you, let alone your own wife. I know. Hey, DJ, play that song. A little bit. That's the only one I know. I don't know this one yet. But I'm critiquing the video part. Mm-hmm. Now that's a more indifferent dress. I know. But like I said, right? Mm-hmm. One accent's choice, the positive. Though you can upskirt that one, right? Right. Right. Didn't you? Didn't you? Depends on what I'm doing. So you see, if I'm critiquing the visual, right, and not playing the audio right now, right, so I should be able to critique that too, right? That's kind of crazy, right? Well, see, this was available, right, in the past, right, to critique a music video this way, or any song, See, critiquing a song means you get to listen to it and tell people what you think about it when it's finished. Usually too. That's also a part of fair use, by the way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like roses. Mm-hmm. Every rose has its thorn. Brett Michaels there. Just like every night has its dawn. Just like every couple sees a sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Yeah, it does. Since the fall or the falls or the whatever we're going through, well, that will be 8 since the original fall, I guess, right? Till now. Mm-hmm. 8 days. Or 8 times 30. Mm-hmm. Thousand. Right. Now, if we're in the tribulation period again, we're waiting for the day of the Lord, right? Because we're about to leave the last day of judgment, right? This is the last day of judgment, by the way. Mm-hmm. Then Satan is cast into the bottomless pit for 1,000 years. Then he's released after the 1,000 years, resurrected with the unjust, right, for 2,000 years, right? And that completes the 10,000 years, right? Then something else happens, right? I know. Great white throne judgment, right? Then the books are read, right? I know. Right. And like I said, you want to be written in the Lamb's Book of Life, not just the Book of Works, right? I know. And you need grace to really save you, not works either. Not works either. Right. I don't know. Okay, another long video.